Welcome back, children. Today we are on the third part, that is the last part of our class 10 political science first chapter, power sharing. Before we proceed with the third part of our power sharing chapter, we'll just have a small recap with whatever we have done in first part and the second part. First part we had seen what is power sharing and also the ethnic composition of Belgium and Sri Lanka. In the second part of our chapter, we have seen how these ethnic compositions had led to majoritarianism in Sri Lanka, whereas accommodation in Belgium. And also we have seen the effects of majoritarianism as well as accommodation in these countries. Now in the third part of our chapter, we are going to see why power sharing is desirable. That is why power sharing in the democratic form of government is beneficial. We are going to see the two reasons of the power sharing, the desirability of the power sharing, and then we are going to see the four forms of power sharing in this chapter in detail. Here the question is, why power sharing is desirable? Children, power sharing is desirable or is a good way to ensure the stability of political order, as social conflict can often lead to violence and political instability. Now further, there are two ways, or we can say there are two reasons why power sharing is desirable. One is a prudential reason. Now, if we take an account of a prudential reason, it leads to an avoidance of conflict between the social groups, as social conflict can often lead to a violence and political instability. And the other reason for why power sharing is desirable is the moral reason. Now here, as per the moral reason, power sharing is that it upholds the spirit of democracy, which means in a truly democratic setup, a citizen too can have a hand in governance. Children, if you remember, we had discussed about the definition of power sharing, wherein we tried to understand that power sharing means the distribution of the power among the organs of the government like legislature, executive and judiciary. Further, we also try to understand that power sharing helps in achieving the stability of the political order. It can also be shared at the distinct level such as union, state and local. Now here we will see what are the different forms of power sharing. First one is among the political parties, pressure groups and the movements. Secondly, we will see among the government at the different levels. Third, among different social groups. And the fourth one is among the political parties, pressure groups and the movements. The first form of power sharing is among the different organs of the government. Now, which are the different organs of the government? Legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature, as I said, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha includes in legislature. So, legislature is the lawmaker. Now, executive are the representatives of the people. So, they are the decision makers. And judiciary includes the courts of the country. The Supreme Court is the head of all the other courts. Now, each of these organs are placed at the same level. That means they all exercise their powers at the same level. None of them, they have unlimited power, and therefore they keep a balance with each other. And each one of them keeps a watch on the functioning of each other's work, and therefore this particular organization or this particular form of power sharing is also called as a check and balance system. Now, as they are placed at the same level, that is in a horizontal form, therefore it is also called as horizontal power sharing. The second form of the power sharing is the vertical distribution of the power. Under this form of power sharing, the power is shared among the different levels of the government. The vertical distribution of the power, it involves from the highest to the lower level of the government. That is, from the union to or the central government to the state government, and then to the municipality or the panchayat. Under vertical power sharing, the lower organs work under the higher organs. Now, what is the duty of the central government or the union government? It takes care of the national defense, foreign affairs, laws, protecting the rights of the citizens, and so on. What does the state government do? State government takes care of the schools in the state level, hospitals, conservations and environment, roads, railways, public transport, etc. at the state level. Then the municipality, it works in the urban areas. It takes care of the infrastructure, waste management, and so on within the municipal boundaries. Whereas panchayat takes care of all the needs of the third form of power sharing is among the different social groups, like the religious and the linguistic groups. In some countries, children, there are constitutional and the legal arrangements wherein the socially weaker sections and the women are represented in the legislatures and administrations as well. In Belgium, we saw an example of a community government wherein the people belonging to a particular language, no matter wherever they are, they could elect the community government. Similarly, in India, it is done in the way of reservations. The constituencies and the seats are reserved for the women, scheduled caste and scheduled types. The constituencies and the seats are reserved for women, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In this way, the power is shared among the different social groups. The fourth form of power sharing in democracy is among the political parties, pressure groups and the movements. Democracy provides the citizens a choice to choose their rulers. This choice is provided by the different political parties who contest the elections to win them. Such competitions, they ensure that the power does not remain in one hand. Power is sometimes shared among the different political parties that represent different ideologies and the social groups. For example, we have a different ideology for Congress Party in India, a different ideology for Bharatiya Janata Party in India, and so on. Sometimes this kind of sharing can be direct when two or more parties they form an alliance. If their alliance is elected, they form a coalition government and then they share the power. Like how we have a coalition government in Maharashtra. It is a government with Congress, NCP and Shiv Sena. Right? It is a coalition government. The power is shared. In a democracy, various pressure groups and the movements also remain active. They also have a share in the governmental powers. Maybe through participation in governmental committees or having influence on the decision making process. Now children, you go through a small video which will help you to recap whole chapter that we have done in part 1 and part 2. And after that, there is an activity which you have to solve it in the worksheet. And the activity is, there are 2 examples given. You have to tell which of the 4 types of power sharing do these examples they represent, and who is sharing power with whom. You have to write this in the worksheet and submit it when the school reopens. Till then, take care and thank you.